Taurus, here to do your November reading. If you haven't been here before, I roll dice to get your 3D, 5D characters that correlate to the tarot. 79 pieces, one extra piece, special piece. So I'll start rolling the dice and show you how it works if you haven't been here. We have 27 upright. See how it works is, there's the 27. Even numbers are read upright, odd numbers are read in reverse. So 27, writing this down, 27 upright. What do we need to know for Taurus for November? It's early. Banging in this shit everywhere. 1 in reverse. Okay? $37 upright. So you got 27 and 37. I don't know what these numbers correlate to right now. They're putting, all the pieces are put in boxes randomly. Then when I'm done with your reading, I'll put them back randomly again, probably in different spots. So we have 8. That's a 0. 8 reverse. I'm going to use one more of these, and you know, if I feel like we need to clarify, I'll use cards, tarot, oracle, whatever we need, whatever helps us get to a message. Okay, another 0, same 0 again. 6 in reverse. Okay. You might notice there's a piece here, right here. That's the 5 of coins. That's a Taurus piece. And it's a car crash. That's what I chose to use here because in traditional tarot, it's all about loss, difficulty. 5s are all really tough. Problems in the worldly matters like money, health, and obviously a car crash can be financial loss, involve insurance and repairs, and hopefully not hospital. Anyway, it's good to be careful driving around these days. The piece is one of Pentacles popping out. You got 3 tires, one's wrecked. Guy's hurt himself a little bit, looks like. All right, so what I'm going to do is put this away, clear it, find your pieces, and set it up, and I'll be back with your reading. Oh boy, back to Taurus. Look what you got. Got a lot of creatures here. Looks like we got a couple a bird, dolphin, dried bones, some kind of creature, a snake, and 2 fish. It is Halloween, I mean, so it kind of makes sense, right? It's kind of cool. A lot of color. I'll go over the pieces real quick just to tell you what's here, and then I'll give you my reading on it. I welcome you to, stop the camera now, look at the pieces, come up with your own interpretation. Just by looking at these 3D pieces, I mean, if you've been following tarot at all, you'll know there's a lot of water here, and swords, that birds are messengers. Yeah, okay. This first piece here, bottom left, is your number 1 piece, and that's the Page of Wands. And that's fire, of course, because it's wands. But the interesting thing is, there's no real earth as far as pieces go here, but pages also have mixed energy of earth, and you have 2 pages here. Okay, so that's Page of Wands, upright, there's no little R. Second one is the King of Cups, and that has the R, so it's in reverse. Third piece on the bottom right, front right, is the Nine of Swords, Gemini, Mars. Mars, the planet of war, the god of war. And the fourth piece here in the back with the sword sticking, some stone, and a snake. It's another air sign, another sword, the Ace of Swords. That's also in reverse. I think you can see that R, yeah. Then the last piece, back right, the fish, multicolored fish with another little fish. Is that a little fish? Yeah, little fish on top. I think I know since I made them, right? That's another one. That's another page, and that's in reverse, the Page of Cups in reverse. So we have 3 court cards pieces, the king, the page, and another page. And the other 2 are swords. We have 2 cups, 2 swords, no earth, like I said, except for the mixed energy with the pages. So, oh boy, this is heavy energy. As soon as you see all those R's, you can kind of get the idea. Let's go over them real quick one by one, then I'll give a summary or my feeling about the whole thing as a group. The Page of Wands, I have a mailbox and a bird, spout messages. And it's kind of a bad joke now with what's going on with the Postal Service, right? Because normally fire is very dynamic. And this is a fire sign, Wands. Very fast, dynamic, like our old Postal Service used to be. I kind of like to look at the funny side of it. It is Mischief night tonight. That's the day I'm doing your reading, and this will be the only reading I do, Taurus, and this for you. I have some people I really like who are Tauruses, and I'm glad you got this. Too bad you got this heavy energy, but as I go on, you'll see we're kind of all in this same boat. Let's go to the second one. That's the middle, the dolphin with the R there. That's the King of Cups. In reverse, though. He's a cool guy when he's upright. He has his emotions in check. He shares them. He helps people. He's a good person to go to for advice. But in reverse, he's really moody, very emotional, too much so. That's really not what earth signs are known for at all. So this could be this could all be about your other person, your person that you have in mind. Or it could be you. You know best. And, there'll be a lot of messages here. I say, whatever little pieces you get that you can use them. Forget about the rest. But also, the ones that do resonate, connect them with other things going on in your life. Say you see something that happens a little weird, catch your eye. Or, like say there's a bunch of birds around you all of a sudden, or the clouds, what they look like. I love looking at clouds for pictures and seeing images of them. Your dreams are very important, and especially at this time with the full moon. Full moon's tomorrow night, Halloween night, very rare event. Anything else? Lyrics of songs, other sounds. Got to keep your eyes and ears open, all your senses, and then connect the dots, and that's how you get your messages. Okay, so with the King of Cups, being all this moodiness and over-emotional feel, and like I said, we're on the same boat with this full moon coming. If it keeps going on though, on and on, it's good to look for help. You can, ask friends, seek professional help if it gets real bad or you feel it's necessary. And hopefully tarot will give you some messages too, unlike the other things I talked to you about, to heal yourself. Okay, the third piece, the Molotov cocktail with the dry bones. That's the Nine of Swords, Gemini, Mars. It's like your opposite is Scorpio, which is Scorpio month right now, and that's also Mars. So there is warlike energy here. In reverse, it's more about fears. Swords are about what's in your mind. It's not about going out and chopping people up with swords. Swords are what's in your head. So in reverse, it's more about fears, worrying about something. It's probably coming from stress. Could be in your dreams, though. They could even be illusions. Your fears could be illusions, things that are hidden with the moon. That's what the moon's all about. Like, it's kind of dark and can't see everything clearly. It might not even be there, what's on your head. So we'll go to the fourth piece, the Ace of Swords in the back with the snake on top. These are, again, things in the mind. But they can cause just as much trouble in your mind, and it can cause trouble in your real life with your work and your love life, say, your family. We do have cups here, so I'm thinking this read definitely has love as a subject, as part of it at least, if not the whole thing. Another thing about the Ace of Swords is normally it's about good communication, and so are the pages, but in reverse, it's definitely a blocked communication. This is also a hallmark of air signs, blocking, ghosting and all that good stuff. And it's a 9. It's pretty heavy. It's almost a 10, which 10 of Swords is the end. So you're not quite to the end, but you're pretty close to the end. And the last piece is the Page of Cups in reverse, though. If it wasn't for these reverses, we'd have a sweet, very nice, loving reading here. But in reverse, it's about different kinds of blocks again. Messages, creativity. It's hard to find inspiration. And it is a water sign. It's about love. And it can be about being stuck in the early part of a relationship. Because pages are youthful, early, young. Could be kids or something. Could be a lot of things, but it's the beginning, just like the swords are the beginning. The swords are the very beginning. They're number 1. So, I think that gives you a general idea. Let me go on to my little summary here, how I see this as a group, how they relate to each other. I did look into the current astrology. I'm a total amateur at that, but I can read just like you, and I suggest you go check it out too. What I saw for many signs is this full moon on Halloween is really affecting all of us, as I said. I sure can feel it. So, if it's any comfort, you're not alone in this. And I find comfort in that. And you can also talk to other people about it and not feel like you're coming out of left field or something like that. The strongest energies here, I think, are from the pages and the king, all court cards. Court characters in my case that I made. And there's a lot of cups here, a lot of water emotions. I think that's the strongest energy. There's something about messages, but one's upright and one's in reverse. So it seems like one side at least is being blocked. Communication, it's not good. Could be occasional, could be, only when you have to, something like that, especially if there's children involved. Because pages do refer to children. So maybe there's children involved and you have to talk to the person who is causing you this mental anguish right now. And, or it's just about immaturity on the part of somebody, or both people. There's plenty of mischief. It is mischief night. Remember that? Did you guys do that? We did. Some people would throw eggs at cars, hide and throw eggs. Everybody soaped up windows with just plain old bar soap, especially if they're the kind of people who didn't give you candy on Halloween. But, and none of that's serious. Nobody got hurt, but it is a pain. And there's no major arcana here in this reading, so none of this is super serious. It does feel like it's fleeting. Swords are pretty fast energy. You don't have any earth, which is the slowest energy, so it looks like this won't last real long. Doesn't make it any less painful, though. So, we see a snake, we see a dried skeleton, and they also relate to mischief, things to watch out for. It's just good to be careful at this time, and we already know that considering this pandemic and everything else going on. But in the end, this is all about thoughts and feelings, and we have the power to change that. It's all in our head. It's not easy. Depends where we're at with it. This sounds like some could be at the beginning stages. But like I said, hopefully it goes quickly. But how do we, change our minds to a better place? It's kind of simple. It's with love, love, love. Loving ourselves, and even those that hurt us. You have to ask yourself, why do people hurt you anyway? Why do they hurt each other? It's because they're out of balance. We're out of balance. And we need to work on that. Every day we should be striving for balance. I mean, some stage as an adult, you should have your shit together a bit. But we go back and forth. We have good times and tough times. So with the moon again, things can also be confusing because they're shadowy or murky. They're unclear, The moon is the opposite of the sun in a way where everything's illuminated. We're not sure what, in fact, we could be wrong about what we think we're seeing or feeling. So that's why we got to be careful. And having bad communication doesn't help that. People that do that, they're creating that, and a lot of times they're doing it on purpose, and it's totally wrong, messed up. That's a low vibe thing, and they need to break that. It's just so common now, with this swipe right, swipe left culture where, just dump people in a second and don't talk to them. Anyway, there's not much positive here, with the characters themselves, but I think we should go to some cards. Let's try the Romance Angels. And with Moonology. I mean, we've been talking a lot about the moon, so we have to go with the Moonology deck. I love it anyway. Okay. I'm going to get the cards, move the camera a little bit. Can't do it. There's no room. Huh. Okay, well, we'll just have to do it off camera. Sorry. I shuffle everything between readings. But I like to do it for you. Sometimes I try to do it on camera if I have room, but I don't have room. You have to trust your tarot reader, right? I sure do. There's some great people out there doing tarot, and they've been a comfort to me at times. I do my own cards every day. I watch a couple readers, depending on who they are and even what they post as their message, like what their reading's going to be about. I'm going to shuffle, look for a popper. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put the cards. Have to remember that next time. Okay, Spirit, what do they need to know? What does Taurus need to know? I want just one card at a time or two. I'll take 2 cards at the most. Unless I get 3. Their messages are right on these cards. Okay, what do we need to know? What does Taurus need to know? Okay, there's 1, 2. We don't read reverses. So we got 2. The first one that came out was calling in your soulmate. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations. Do you hear that? It's probably my neighbors. They have an auto body shop. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Okay, so these problems aren't insurmountable. Let's see if you can see this. Yeah, that works. Well. Okay, and the other one that popped out was free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Yeah, so loving ourselves, freeing ourselves, not letting others control us. You can control your own life, as we talked about. A lot of this energy is in our heads, and we need to take control of that. That's that paint, that artwork you see there with the unicorn. Can you see that? Let me see. There's a little glare. I just saw online the museum where this is being shown. And I had no idea. This thing is huge. I swear it's like 12 feet by 14 feet. It's gigantic and quite beautiful. Much more colorful than you see here. Wish I knew the name offhand. I'd share it with you. I know it's an unknown artist. Okay, let's do Moonology next. One card from Moonology. We'll wrap it up. Hoping the camera doesn't stop. It probably will. I'll just start it up again. This is the Moonology book by Yasmin, Boland. So we pulled a card and then, we read the messages out of the book. I'll shuffle these a couple times. Wouldn't it be cool if we got the moon for tomorrow night? It's a blue moon, I heard. Taurus is a pretty grounded sign. Could be conservative, but they also like mystery. I think you like the moon. Okay, I'm going to try to get a popper here by shuffling. See what we get. Okay, Spirit, what do we need? What message can you give for Taurus? Early November? First half of November? Okay, there's one. It's pretty quick. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. That's me, I'm Sag. I don't have any Taurus in my chart. I don't know if I have much Earth. Probably could use, oh, wait a minute. I'm a cusper, that's right. I'm a cusper with Capricorn, so I do have, you could say I have Earth. Okay, can you see that? Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. I'll find it in the book, shouldn't take long. There it is. This is how the book looks. You can screenshot if you want. Read it yourself later. You like the message. Okay. Are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma? Fretting over minutiae can be counterproductive. Or perhaps you're being all talk and no action. This card is a reminder that while it's good to think things through, sometimes you need to step back and look at the bigger picture. Yeah, too much thinking, too much water, too much swords, so we need balance, that's all. What do you see then about your current situation? What's the most positive thought you can have about it? Now it's the time to count your blessings, even if you don't yet have exactly what you want. This card is also a reminder that we often have to take a few risks and go with uncertainty on this journey called life. Try to keep an open mind about what's for the best. The universe could surprise you. Yeah, it's about being open-minded, keep our hearts and minds open. Again, earth signs, it can be a little harder for you, but we all have a lot of other things going on in our charts, and there's always a chance you have a mixture of fire, water, air, Okay, this little section's called Attuned to the Moon. Take time out for a mini break or adventure. Additional meanings for this card. This situation may have come around because you've been distracted. Be confident without being overconfident to win the day. Have you shown that you care? If not, now's the time. Find a balance. Find a balance between speaking your mind and saying too much. Find a balance between speaking your mind and saying too much. Okay, I think that was great. I'll use that message too. A few of these messages. Okay. Thanks for coming. Bring a friend next time. Please don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Love you all.